On the ceiling. You see that block up there? You bash it, Luigi. You're taller.
Okay, but you hold Yoshi. Hey, give me a boost, Mario.
You stay, Yoshi.
Super Mario, Super Mario, Super Mario World.
Super Mario World was a show from the past. And if you're thinking it's good, well, you'll be sorry you asked. Delfino and the Peach here are watching what they can. The budget was $2 and a piece of ham.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, it just looks like ass. The Supershow Saga, it's a gas! Bunny, I'm gonna lose it.
Come here, boo-boo.
Yeah,
you're a good girl.
Well, I do realize that we're probably gonna get a lot of traffic.
Sorry.
In this recording angle.
I live next to a road.
Welcome to Delfino and Peach's name subject to change. Supershow Saga. My name is Delfino as of this point.
I suppose I am now and forever Peach.
She is forevermore Peach. So it's been a while since we recorded
the artist formerly known as Delfino.
No, I'll keep it until we end this season.
Okay.
So for this and one more episode, you have the pleasure of knowing me as Delfino. And a lot has changed in the 3 years since we fresh recorded a brand new start to finish episode. One is that Peach has moved into a new apartment, and then she moved again. And also, we may have special guest star Bunny.
There she is.
Well, don't struggle it.
I got her.
She doesn't meow when she's being held, but she's so cute.
Oh, no, she won't meow. But she will be in my lap for the recording.
Well,
yes, I have adopted a cat. She's very cute. There will be 1,000 pictures for you to choose for to put up, but you know.
I think the story's great, which is that our aunt found her and thought she was a bunny, but it turns out she was just a pregnant cat, a pregnant teen mom cat. And then we saw a picture of her that will be on the screen right now, and I was like, Peach, now is the time. You live on your own now. It is time to acquire a kitty. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, yes!
I will regret it forever if I do not settle on this perfect cat.
And so we have perfect petite little kitty bunny. She had 3 ugly babies.
You're so harsh to the
shown
babies.
On screen.
There's Mango, Tango, and Banjo because
let me turn on the thing.
because Bango didn't sound very good apparently.
Or Wango, or Lango. Oops, I gotta turn on this.
Oh yeah, that's I'm sorry.
Whoops, okay. Here we go. Now it's on.
Edit this in post.
No, this all stays. This is the beautiful podcast experience you get.
Yes, our very professional podcast where we're both sitting on the floor next to an ottoman.
Well, near an ottoman, just holding our mic, and also we have 2 alcohols because I think it will make this episode more fun. Although what I'm realizing is that sitting cross-legged is hurting my feet on this hardwood floor.
Sorry. Anyway, end of the story. I got money. She's great.
She may interject in the podcast. We cannot control this. She is a very boisterous kitty. She's a very chatty cat. When she is hungry, when she wants attention.
For those who are curious, the babies are now about a year old. They are like twice her size. It's ridiculous.
She has stayed a petite little kitty, and we love her all the same. Oh, and she's coming to grace us with her presence once again, but she's
been so skittish lately.
She may not have anything to say, which is why I don't know. She'll be around, but we love her. Oh, is she going to her favorite sunny spot? She may be.
She's just gonna sit in the sun.
She's going to settle. All right. Anyways, we're here to discuss the legendary episode, iconic. Absolutely. If you've seen any episode of any Mario cartoon besides the movie, it was probably this one. It's Mama Luigi.
I mean, it's so rare to have something where every single moment in the show is quotable, iconic, they've made thousands of memes about it.
It is the basis for many a YouTube poop.
I mean, I think other than that, you could maybe say the CDI games have been, like, combed over so thoroughly.
Mm-hmm. Bunny is thinking about alcohol, which is also a special thing I have, which is because there are so many quotable moments, for every time we feel the need to say a quote, I will take a swig of alcohol.
I will just be partaking.
Peach will be partaking in her in-between time. Bunny will not be partaking in alcohol because she is a cat and her little liver cannot handle. But she's looking out the window right now at the cuteness. All right.
I feel like we're going to get color commentary on Bunny throughout this entire thing.
And now we see cute, adorable Bunny.
Now next to Mama Luigi, wait a minute, Bunny's with the toy.
Breaking news. Bunny is sniffing the door. Oh my god.
Yes, this is life with a cat. Every moment is precious.
We love it.
Even when she's annoying me to death.
I don't know.
Because I just want to eat my dinner and she wants to play.
Uh-oh, the buzz.
Look, I'm sorry. There are lots of noises.
Oh, and Bunny's very, when she meows, she goes, meow. Can you go meow meow, Bunny? No, we'd have to, like, withhold food from her.
I'd have to have some cheese.
We'd have to make her angry. And right now, this is her rare quiet moment. We gotta capitalize on it.
Well, today I am flying by the seat of my pants. I did not take notes because I was
you were late.
I was lazy.
You were late, but it's okay because this episode's so iconic that
I mean, I could pretty much just close my eyes and remember
it.
the episode. It's really just the little details, I guess.
Yeah. So I've got some notes for us. This episode was written by the man himself, Phil Harnage. Without looking at my notes, Peach, do you remember what Phil Harnage has done previous for Mario?
I think he did my favorite episode of Mario 3, Oh Brother.
No, that was Perry Martin.
Oh. Well, then I don't know.
Okay. He wrote Butch Mario and the Luigi Kid,
Very good.
Count Coopula, Toad Warriors, The Pied Koopa, Koopenstein, Escape from Koopa-Traz, Star Koopa, Do the Koopa, Cootie Pie Rocks, King Scoopa Koopa, and Party Line. Which is, you remember King Scoopa Koopa was the episode about drugs.
It's been so long since we did this podcast that I forgot how stupid these names are.
Listen, he got paid, and he was also the story editor for every single episode of Mario World. He was kind of like the series overseer.
Did he do Ghosts R Us?
No, that was Perry Martin.
Okay.
Who is the guy who wrote your
Apparently
favorite
I
episodes.
just like Perry Martin a lot.
And according to the Perry Martin interview, Phil Harnage was never stressed on the job. He was full of joy and, like, he loved doing it. And honestly, I'm kind of glad it's taken us 3 years to record a brand new episode because a brand new interview from Phil Harnage came out this year.
Wow, I didn't know this.
Link in the description. I only found out about it this morning and I was like, oh my god.
Dang.
Okay, so there's a lot of things he talks about. He talks about Supershow, 3D, Captain N, a bunch of stuff. And so some highlights from the interview include the burning question that many fans have always been asking: did the writers play the games? Quote, now I've been asked over and over again, did you play the video games? And my answer is resoundingly, no. I don't do that. So they did not play the games, and the producer, John Bruce, was an active player. So he would take me, some of the writers, and sit us down in front of a monitor while he went through several levels of the game. And it gave him a lot of inspiration for visual cues, sound effects, and in-game elements like bombs and fire flowers, which would spark ideas for some of the episodes.
That makes sense, I guess.
And Nintendo didn't really have any sort of Bible equivalent of their own that they provided DIC with. And very much in the olden days of Nintendo and IPs, they were like, just do something with the characters, okay? Just get their names mostly right. It's okay if you don't get the enemy names right. It's the important ones. They need to be good.
You can kind of feel it from the way the series goes, is that, like, with newer games, everything is so detailed. Mm-hmm. Like, there's all this concept art, there's tons of, like, author notes that you can go for.
The synchronicity is really there.
But I feel like back then it was like you had the game, which was a few pixels, and it's like...
And then you had some concept artists look at the game and make ideas from it. That reminds me of
It's
the
like,
first...
why is Koopa green? Well, he's green in the game,
It
so
reminds me
there we
of
go.
the first Pokemon game. The first commercial for the Pokemon game had an artist draw the art based on what they saw of the sprites, and it was before Ken Sugimori's official art had even come out. So there's like weirdly shaped Pokemon. Like Zubat doesn't look quite right.
There was
Clefairy
one
doesn't
that was
look
like
quite right.
completely a different creature. I can't remember. Oh.
I don't either.
Dang, I really should have done more research for this episode. Whoops.
It's okay.
I asked Delfino if we should watch our previous Mama Luigi reanimated episode to get some idea of what we said before, and she's like, nah, let's just go for it.
No, we just need to think it through. Sorry, the interview's long, and he talks about... Oh no, the page reloaded. Let me get to the... Okay. So he also talks about Zelda, and that the flirtatious nature between Link and Zelda was based off of Moonlighting, a popular TV show at the time.
Okay.
And it's like, okay.
I know they had the Steve Martin line, but...
I mean, they had a lot of parodies. So, one of the characters introduced was Uktar. And Phil says, quote, and I noticed you asked a question about Uktar, which is interesting because he seems to be universally hated. Well, I came up with a name, I'm happy to admit. But the idea of the character... Peach, I see you reading your manhwa.
What? No, I'm totally listening to this.
Came from the DIC president Andy Hayward. And the idea was that Yoshi was like a sweet and innocent child, but they needed a foil companion character.
Dumb, stupid child to go with it.
They needed a mischievous character that would get him into trouble and be like, come on, Yoshi, let's do it. Because Yoshi's too well behaved otherwise.
He's a good boy.
Quote Phil Harnage, Andy felt, okay, we got this great character. Yoshi's like this little kid, and Mario and Luigi have to take care of him, and blah. But we felt we couldn't make Yoshi ever do anything too bad. He thought that it would be great fun if he had a little buddy who was always pushing the envelope and getting Yoshi into big trouble. So Uktar was always going to be the bad guy no matter what. And that was the idea to begin with.
Nice.
Phil did muse that some of the writers may have taken it a little too far, making him too obnoxious, which honestly lines up with the show, because I can remember some episodes like Ghosts Are Us, he's not a terrible character, but then there are episodes where it's like,
get this little hellion out of here.
Get him away. You know that you've created a successful show if somebody in that show is hated by everybody. That's a success. And then he also talks about Mama Luigi. He said, quote, and I think one of them lines I wrote in there, I found out years later after the fact that it became a cult thing with, that's Mama Luigi to you,
Mario.
And that just became a big catchphrase, like, excuse me, princess. He didn't think about how it would affect people throughout the years. And he only learned about it because somebody sent it to him.
Wow.
And then he did have one last insane comment that I was like, oh my god, but I gotta find it a bit. And then he talks about like working for DIC and how it's like we had a show with a mermaid, and then it looks like you could see your nipple for a second, and we had to remove it, even though you wouldn't have to like, you'd have to really pause it and see it. And also he said that the Sonic Says segments from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog were because of the network, and he says people generally hated those because they didn't want to see Sonic, who is a rebel, to tell you to look both ways before crossing the street.
Follow the rules, dog.
Yeah.
I'm Jaleel White.
Okay, he talks about Sonic Underground, and he does have an insane... It was that Andy, the president of DIC, came up with it, and that he had been reading The Hero's Journey and thought, what if Sonic had a brother and sister? And there have been allusions to Sonic's sisters before, but not really to a brother. And so what if they had a band? And what if they traveled around giving concerts and having adventures in each place where they went, but they had this overarching goal, which was to find their mother?
You know, I suppose if I have an anecdote about this, one of my previous neighbors, when I had first moved into my apartment, I would sometimes go out late to do my laundry, and I'd walk by their apartment, and they were watching Sonic Underground.
It was like, sir? Madam? Okay.
If you're listening, neighbor who watched Sonic Underground, big props. I respect you.
Okay, so there's one more thing in this interview that Phil Harnage is aware of that made me be like, oh my god. And it was that Phil is well aware of how fans remember and dissect his work today, even if it includes playful critiques. To quote Phil Harnage, I found out that there's this huge audience out there that analyzes each episode and they comment on forums like, why did the writer do this? This is stupid. The answer is because the studio told me to. And it's like,
Well, now you know.
he's probably talking about the Hard Drive podcast, but that also kind of includes us. And,
Wink.
and so he's aware of it. So Phil Harnage, if you're listening, thank you.
Thank you for creating so much media that we can
He worked on
obsess
so
over
much.
for many hours.
The interview talks also about Captain Planet, how he wrote the population control episode.
Oh my gosh.
And then he also wrote Underground and some other shows. Oh, he said he loved Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I only saw a little bit of that episode, but no, not that series.
show.
Yeah, that show. I don't know. The only thing I remember about that show is that Watson is like a cyborg.
It is pretty
And
cool.
that they're like, Watson, we need to break into this
It makes me think of Megamind.
place. And he goes, certainly. And then he like has like a like
Inspector
saw
Gadget
blade.
hand.
But he's more dignified than Gadget.
True.
Which was also DIC. But anyway.
I guess Gadget doesn't have much weaponry.
He's goofy with his weaponry. Because it's the baddies who have the weapons.
Like bombs and whatever.
Oh,
Message
we're getting a
sucks.
special guest appearance of Bunny. Bunny, do you have anything to say?
She wants to sit right in between us.
She wants to go under the couch. She's thinking. I swear, Bunny, if you get my cords, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so upset.
Alright, we should probably start this episode.
Okay. So it starts with Yoshi being put to bed by Luigi.
This is so great.
And first of all, like, Luigi's so strong, he can pick up Yoshi and put him in the bed. But then Yoshi says, why do I gotta go to bed early? And Luigi says, as they say in Brooklyn, early to bed, early to catch the worm.
Or is it the bagel?
And so what do Brooklyn and bagels have to do with each other? What's with the bagel? What's
I think
with
because
it?
of like lox.
What?
It's like a certain type of bagel.
What?
I don't know. It's like a Jewish style of bagel that's really popular.
Are Mario and
up north.
Luigi of Jewish descent?
No, it's just popular in New York and stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about. Commenters, if you know what this bagel is, please let us know.
It's cream cheese with salmon and stuff. It's very delicious.
It sounds like a meal. It's like
It is a meal.
But is it like a breakfast meal?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So then to go to sleep, Yoshi wants to hear his favorite bedtime story of how he met everybody.
And this is such a cool premise. It's like it's the last episode in the season, but we've decided to do a like prologue, like how they met and like how all this started. And I'm like, this is a great episode.
It's like an informal transition between Adventures of Mario 3 and Mario World. It's like, where was this the whole time?
Where did Toad go? They didn't explain that part.
Toad also got exiled. I don't know. So Luigi's dropping all the lore.
Why are you licking my notebook?
King Koopa says he got banished from the Mushroom Kingdom and he went to Dinosaur World and they begun their search in Dune City. Is it Doom City or is it
I think it's
Dune?
like sand dune.
Okay. And when they went to Dune City,
Or like
the place was deserted.
The very popular novel I haven't read.
Truly.
Maybe it is Dome City now that I'm thinking about it.
Dome? I was thinking Doom. Like, Doom.
I think they've said it before in the show that it's Dome City because all the houses are shaped like domes. I don't know.
Okay. I guess that's what made me think of, is this a weird callback to one of the levels in the game? Because despite it being 3 years since we've recorded a brand new episode, neither of us have decided to play Mario World to completion. Oops. So, this is the thing, it's like one of the first levels is like donut something. Is that the joke with the bagel?
Donut Plains?
Yes. Maybe?
That's not the joke with the bagel. That's the joke on donut blocks.
Okay. I guess so. So they're searching around and the place is deserted, which also makes this an episode without any cave people. Which honestly,
Yes.
Good. I understand that the K people are funny
Another
because
pro that makes this one of the best episodes.
no Ukhtar, and by extension, no K... Well, I guess no K people, and by extension, no Ukhtar. So, the place was deserted. And so, except for the Koopa football players that were in the house that Toastal literally just checked, like she looked in and there was nothing.
Nobody's there.
And then she turned around, and then there are 2 Koopa football players.
Koopa football players grab the princess.
This is the only line from Toastal the entire episode is this gasp, and it might have been a recycled line too.
Could have been, yeah.
It's weird because this episode, oh hello buddy, is like. It doesn't have a lot of character speaking roles in it.
Well, because it's mostly at the beginning, it's Luigi narrating the story and Yoshi interjecting with little anecdotes.
Yeah, and then sometimes they'll have their commentary. So, Koopa football players grab the princess. And then Mario is attacked by 2 great evils, which is a Koopa wizard, which we've seen before, and a Magnum Bill. Oh, buddy is settling! Look at that sweet face! Oh, let me get a photo. Look at this photograph. Oh! Okay, sorry, I'm getting very distracted.
Yes, you are.
So, Magnum Bill, which just kind of chases after Mario, and Luigi has to face a fire sumo. So this is actually called a sumo bro. And also, they drew the fire sumo with the spike on its head, which the original Super Mario World art was missing from its character design. So, that was a really good catch for the animation team, is that they looked at the sprite and they're like, it has a spike, and they based it off the sprite. Which, you know, now realizing that they based a lot of their,
Concept designs off of sprites.
Character designs off sprites, I'm like, you know what? Things are making a little more sense. And so when Luigi's facing off against this fire sumo, he has, like, a tiny little booty. There's so much booty stuff.
There's a lot of Luigi's booty in this episode.
Including this one, there have been at least
they decided
3
to end
instances of Luigi booty. I don't understand.
They decided to end off this series with class. And by class, I mean ass.
Yeah. So then the sumo stops, which isn't what the sumo does in the game, but whatever. They need an excuse for the ground to open below Luigi and for him to fall.
For hours!
Oh, hours, long time!
Not exactly.
And there was nothing below me but boiling lava.
It's a good thing I found a magic balloon. See, we could just quote the whole episode at this point.
I love how I said boiling. He said boiling
lava.
Boiling.
Man, Tony Rosado was just going for it in this episode.
We love it.
It is.
We love it.
And it's interesting because he is telling a story to Luigi. So he's like enunciating and like
he's telling it to Yoshi.
Exaggerating a bit, yeah.
You said Luigi was telling a story to Luigi. Or Tony Rosado was telling the story to Luigi. He got in touch with the character of Luigi and he said, Luigi, let me tell you this crazy story.
Alright, fine.
It's okay. But then he finds a magic balloon. But it slows his descent and then it goes away after like 2 seconds.
It's like, what?
I don't know. The balloons, they lift you up and they run out when you hit something. Whatever.
I don't really remember how pee balloons work, actually.
You touch them and they
You've
immediately
played Wonder
race.
now.
Yes, but I have not reached that part of Wonder yet.
Oh, okay.
And also that's with Wonder flowers. It's different. But the point is, I don't know that they work like they do, but it's okay. I think they use magic balloons as like more of a creative liberty in this show. But anyways,
they use magic balloons to get that inflation there.
No, Peach. No,
I'm just kidding.
So then he slows a bit, and then he falls on a raft with skulls on it.
Skulls mean bad medicine.
Well, these skulls were good medicine for me. When Luigi says that line about good medicine, there's a little echo to it, and it's like, oh, that's him, that's Luigi in the story saying it, not the narration Luigi. I don't know.
It is
These
funny.
audio details.
It is funny when Luigi in the story comments to Yoshi interjecting.
Yeah. It's like, maybe it doesn't make much sense logically, but it's okay.
He's like, no, Yoshi, it's fine. Just listen to the story.
the raft was headed straight for a waterfall, and then we get a great Luigi scream.
Is it truly a waterfall if it's made of lava?
A lava fall?
I don't know. I feel like that lava was moving very fast for lava.
So I think it's that they imagine when they say a raft with skulls on it, I think they're talking about those tracks. The ones with the skulls on them. And they imagine it as a raft. But the thing with the raft is like...
You need water.
It runs on its own speed and not the lava speed. But here they're like, well, since it's a raft and not on tracks, the speed is determined by the liquid underneath. So it was a lava. So then he's got to make a big jump. And then he lands on a block ledge. The sound effect happens at the exact same time, so it's hard to hear him.
I guess he lands on a ledge with a lot of blocks on it.
Yeah. And then Yoshi gets excited, and he starts continuing the story, and he's like, Luigi flash blocks now.
Hey, who's telling this story?
Alright, wise guy, what happened next? And then Yoshi does fill in the rest of the story.
I think what's interesting is once Yoshi comes into the story, Luigi stops narrating third person, and instead it switches to the point of view of the characters in the story.
You're right. I didn't even notice that. What the heck?
Yeah. It's like as soon as Yoshi shows up, then it's being told from Luigi
found
in the
it.
stories.
I guess it's like we found it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So then Yoshi's egg is red. I'm not sure what that's about. But then immediately,
it was green.
No, it was red.
Oh, I was.
This is a weird detail. Anyways, the egg hatches, and immediately Yoshi says, "Mama," and then Luigi goes, "Huh?" And then Yoshi does the thing I do where he starts laughing at the story, and then the other party in the story is like, I did not find this funny. No bunny, no wire, no.
Delfino does not find playing with the wires funny.
Because it would mean we cannot use our wonderful microphone. Oh my gosh. Peach is being taken out of the commentary.
Keep going.
Okay.
I'm dying over here.
Dying, Annie!
Oh my god, pins and needles. Ow!
So then Yoshi starts laughing at the story and is like, I thought you were my mama! And then Luigi goes, well, I didn't think it was so funny. And it's like,
because now he's a parent.
There's that. What else reminds me of when I'm like, that time, I got into a bike accident. Wasn't that so funny? And then everyone who was personally involved in the story was like, no, it was not.
Think it was that funny.
We thought you were gonna die. We were very concerned for you, Delfino. And here you are laughing at it. I'm like, well, that's because it's funny. Because it's like a third person perspective. Because I don't remember any of it. But anyways.
Okay. I have feeling back in my leg.
I also noticed at this point that Yoshi's bed has his name, like, chiseled into it.
That's adorable.
As Yoshi. And so then...
after all this, I sit in the same position, so in 30 minutes, I'm gonna have the same problem.
Yep. So then immediately, baby Yoshi starts crying. And then as Luigi's trying to soothe the baby, he calls him Mama Luigi! Mama Luigi! And it's like, how did he know Luigi's name?
I don't know. I guess Luigi said it at one point. Oh.
He didn't. He said, huh? And it's it. I get the keeping the mama part, but not the Luigi part. And I mention this because there's other parts in the episode where the details are there. Like, it's reasonable to understand how people are learning about these things, but then it's not in this first half of the episode. True. I don't know, I feel like the first half was
I guess it's because we switched from narration to in the plot, we skipped a part where Luigi was like, I'm not your mama, my name's Luigi. And it's like, that would have been a boring line to keep anyway, so.
Yeah. So then two dinosaurs show up. And so I think these dinosaurs are actually based off some dinosaurs.
Maybe like the Rexes?
The Rex and the Rhino Dino. Oh. They have their color palettes.
You think?
The Rhino Dino does not share the body shape, but it has the color palette.
Okay.
And it is Rex's, yes. So Luigi's ready to abandon this child. He says, fed and burped. Ready to go! Sorry, and we keep quoting. I've run out of alcohol, so you're going to get a sweet crack of the can. So then, Luigi's ready to abandon this baby.
Well, I don't know. I guess you could see it as Luigi's like, I'm not ready to be a mama.
Well,
and
is
also,
that, or like, I am not the mother, it must be someone else.
It could belong to somebody else. I don't want to just steal this child. Like, jeez.
I could see that latter half. So then he says, yeah, ready to go. And then the dinosaurs are like, nope.
Oh, yum, a delicious baby snack.
A delicious Yoshi-saur. And this is where it makes sense of like, okay, this is where Luigi learned the name Yoshi. Because the dinosaurs said it out loud.
Also, Luigi learned that there are different hierarchies of dinosaur and that not all dinosaurs get along.
It's survival of the fittest. You eat your babies. It's what you do.
And
also, I noticed at this point that Baby Yoshi is missing his shoes. Baby Yoshi's had shoes, even in Mario World. Even in the Sprite.
Oh,
and yet
I
this
guess
one
so.
didn't have shoes and his feet are like flattish. It's weird. So yeah, Yoshi is a Yoshi-saur, but then Yoshi feels a motherly instinct or something and stops them from eating the Yoshi and says, "Get back, you despicable dinos!"
Luigi.
Did I say Mario?
You said Yoshi.
Oops. Luigi says, "Get back, you despicable dinos! You're dealing
No, he
with
calls
the-"
them dinivores, like carnivores.
Oh! Maybe you should quote this line.
Well, no.
Help. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he says dinivores.
Okay, can you quote the line?
Step back, you despicable dinivores! You're dealing with a licensed plumber here!
And there's like a weird voice crack when he says plumbers. You're dealing with a licensed plumber here.
I mean, that's just the Tony Rosado goodness.
It is.
The voice cracks, the wheezes.
The inclinations. We love it.
Oh, Mario, I don't know!
It's true. It's all there. So then they say, we eat plumber too. And then that's when Luigi knows he's got to get out of there. So then he's running away, and then he uses a blarg to act as a stepping stool to get away, which is very cute, but you can't step on blargs in the game.
It's true.
They're lava. Their body
I
is
mostly
lava.
think of blargs from Yoshi's story, I guess.
Breaking news. Bunny is munching on the scary broom, and she's investigating underneath of the closet door.
Anyway, now starts the Luigi and
Adventure.
Yoshi running away from danger at breakneck speed.
A lot happens here. They really squeeze it in.
They make a lot of ground.
They do.
So they jump into the pipe, which leads them to
water.
the water area, yeah.
Uh-huh. And then Yoshi, like, distressingly goes...
But luckily it's air-flavored ocean.
That's from the Reanimated.
I'm just kidding.
Luigi says that they're gonna get to the surface. And then they start swimming. And then they run into a Rip Van Fish, which acts how it does in the game, which is you encounter it, and then it will chase after you. And it's like, this is another thing where I feel like they watched it in the games, were like, ooh, we could use that
And
for
then they
a
also
chase
find
sequence.
a Torpedo Ted.
Well, not yet. We get to urchins next, which are also
right.
a Mario World enemy. And then the Rip Van Fish reaches the end of its home, like its range, and then the race just abruptly stops. Like, it was all set on chasing them, and then it was like, you know what?
I'm tired.
I'm going back
I'm
to
going
sleep.
bed.
And then Luigi jumps on a blurp. It was the green fish enemy.
Okay.
And it was like, dang, there's so many, like, enemies from the game. And so the blurp looked alright. And so then Luigi's like, oh, nothing is to be scared of in the water, except that. And then there's suddenly a very evil-looking Torpedo Ted. It looked very menacing.
They are very menacing in the game.
I feel like they're more, haha, here I am. I'm a Torpedo Ted.
Torpedo Ted, take that.
I'm coming at ya. Oh no, I missed. And they can only go one way, so
True.
they can't turn around.
The way they drew this one was kind of more like a bullet bill, just with arms.
The bonsai
and
bill.
mouth.
Very angry.
But like Torpedo Teds in game are more torpedo, like elongated.
Uh-huh.
With like a painted on mouth more than like a mouth.
Yeah, more than teeth. And so they're swimming away from it. And then who shows up but dolphins, who are also from the video games. And I'm like, there's just so many elements from the games, which is making
such
me
a good
think
prologue.
that this was actually the first episode written. So it's that they had their buddy, Bruce, play the game for them, and I feel like Phil Harnage went back to his desk and was like, I'm gonna write a great episode. How did Yoshi meet the Mario Brothers? And he wrote this one first. And then he's like, oh, this is great. And then they got the DIC directive about cave people, and they're like, okay. And then they wrote other episodes with less video game elements in them. That's how it feels to me. 'Cause this is like, it's such a good one that it's like, did they save it for the end, or did they write it
It
right
almost
at the
feels
end?
more like this episode could be by itself as like an
a pilot.
OVA.
It feels like a pilot is what it feels like. But either way, the dolphins help him out, which is true. Dolphins are not a hostile enemy in the game. They can't damage you. They act as like platforms. So they get to the shore, and there's a little car screech sound when they land, and I did like that. So the dolphins leave, and then Luigi is like, we gotta go soon, but you have to stay here because me wringing out my cap is an incredibly arduous process and requires my full attention. And so then Luigi takes that hat off his head, and he's got a beautiful fluff of hair behind it.
Great.
It's so good.
And then, of course, in the few seconds while he's wringing out his cap, Yoshi's like, yeah, I'm getting in trouble.
Baby Yoshi goes, this sign can't stop me because I don't know how to read. And it waddles off. And then there's a point where Yoshi's waddling away, and it's like this complete back-facing angle of Baby Yoshi, and it looks like a frog, and it's so weird. I don't like it. Bunny, please no on the computer. You may be cute, but you do not get computer access. Okay, so Yoshi's like poking at a flower or whatever, and then an evil wiggler, the caterpillar, approaches. And then also, Yoshi knows what a caterpillar is, because when Luigi picks him up again, he's like, look, caterpillar,
And then
and then Luigi's scolding
Yoshi's so
Yoshi,
cute in this episode.
like, when I tell you to stay, you stay.
Yoshi's so cute in this episode. Like, even when he's being bad, you're like, aw, little baby. Meanwhile, Ughtar does something bad, and I'm like, yeah, go.
Well, it's because he is
go
a baby.
jump in a hole and die.
It's babies to children. There's a difference. Anyways, suddenly one caterpillar. What are you doing, Bunny? Bunny!
She stole a worm.
She stole a worm toy.
You found a wormy toy.
Oh my goodness. So the one caterpillar becomes 5 caterpillar. And then Luigi is feeling very outnumbered. Mario, wherever you are, help! And this is just finality peak. And then there's the echo behind it.
It's such a...
His screams are so good.
Oh, I love
Tony
this
Rosado
episode so much.
Blessed us in this episode. And then as he's telling the story, Yoshi in the present day interjects and is like, oh, I'm getting hungry. I'm thinking about caterpillars. And then Luigi's like, who's telling this story anyways?
Bunny's just grabbed another worm.
Bunny is stealing all the worms.
She's like, wait, how many worms are there?
She's stealing the worms.
I love her so much.
She's stealing the worms.
She's just like a little baby Yoshi.
And she goes, I'm so hungry. So then we get back to the episode where Yoshi is saying that he's hungry. And Luigi is like, we can't deal with that right now.
Those caterpillars are hungrier.
And then Yoshi's like, I need to eat now.
Yoshi is hungrier.
And then he eats the caterpillar.
It is kind of crazy how it just goes whoop and it's like gone.
It's the Kirby stomach, I suppose.
I guess. I am kind of glad they didn't show the contortions of Luigi eating the caterpillar.
Luigi? Of Yoshi.
Yoshi eating the caterpillar.
They're both green. Give us a break. They're both 3-syllable names, okay? It's easy to get them confused. So then,
worm number 3.
I actually did not remember to check if Yoshi ate as many caterpillars as there were that circled them. That count will come up later.
I think some of them ran away.
Okay. You know what? I can believe that.
He did catch one of them while they were running away.
Luigi looks kind of impressed by Yoshi after he eats all of them. And then also, of course, after he eats them all, he goes burp. Because it's like,
wow,
oh,
this kid can eat more than
he
Mario.
ate so much. Oh, that's right. That's what another one. This kid makes Mario look like he's on a diet. Chow down, Yoshi. Which, again, diet jokes.
There we go.
Our titular diet fat joke in the episode.
We are at 4 worms.
4 worms? Oh my goodness. Worm number 5.
Man, Bunny's just like Yoshi finding all these caterpillars.
Oh, that's the other thing is that Yoshi calls them caterpillars.
I love it. It's so
Because he
cute.
can't say his T's, so he says his P's. So then Luigi's looking kind of impressed by Yoshi, and then Mario just shows up out of nowhere and goes, I'm a coming, Luigi! Which also makes sense of, like, Luigi made that shriek And Mario, in his brotherly ear, he heard it and was like, I'm coming. And so,
I've been running from this Magnum Bill all day, Luigi.
I can do it. So then there's the little misunderstanding, or because Yoshi's already dealt with all the danger. And he's like,
There's this little wimpy dinosaur. I'll take care of
he
it.
thinks that Luigi called to deal with the Yoshi. And then Mario's immediately like, oh, I'll fix it for you. And then Yoshi immediately eats him. No hesitation in
Well,
that.
I guess Mario is red like the caterpillars.
And he doesn't know good from bad. He's a baby. So then immediately, we also hear a groan of like,
Yoshi, that's my brother Mario.
which is a very funny. And then we also cut to Mario inside a
Now I
dark
know how a
room.
meatball feels.
And then Yoshi immediately spits him up and goes, oh, Yoshi no like meatballs.
And that's when Yoshi's decided to become
Which is, again,
insectitarian.
which is where Andrew Sabiston, again, he says balls in such a funny way. Fireballs, yum!
Yup!
There's something where, okay, so it's like after he spits him out, then Luigi goes, that'll teach you to mess with my little buddy Yoshi.
And
it's
Mario's like, okay, let's move on from this conversation.
Okay, so there's the little sass, and then Yoshi calls Luigi Mama Luigi, and then he goes, cool it, caterpillar breath, I'm not sure.
Mama Luigi?
The laugh is, let's get back to business. So the laugh is very good. Luigi's face is also very good. And then there's like a little awkward pause where Mario laughs at this and is like, but Luigi, back to serious matters at hand here.
Hey, like Bowser's kidnapped the princess and took her to like this Coney Island disco palace looking thing. I don't know.
The Coney Island Disco Palace. And then he's like, I had to fight my way out of there. But we gotta go back and rescue her. Come on. And so Luigi says he's gotta go before he gets scared just thinking about that place. A disco palace? That's my least favorite kind of music. I don't like that kind of place. But then Yoshi has to come along, but he has to...
Luigi won't leave Yoshi.
He's gotta stop calling me Mama.
Oh, Papa Luigi.
And he just ignores. And also, look, Mario has this, like, slight grimace on his face as this whole exchange is going on.
He's like, okay, at first this was funny, now this is getting kind of weird.
Okay, now we just have a liability on our hands, okay? Also, there's, like, a sporadic elephant noise as they're talking and there's no music in the background. Like, usually the jungle noises can be hidden by the music, but there was no music. So it was just like, okay, elephant? I don't remember an elephant in Mario before Super Mario Wonder, but okay. Alright, breaking news. Peach is wiggling over to Bunny and her massacre of toys. How she is just all about the wormy. Okay. Well, Bunny was about to get into the gummies.
I don't know, she was eating the plastic.
Bad Bunny. No chewing, Bunny.
Okay.
Luigi starts his narration again, and he hadn't done this for a while, and he clarifies that this is King Bowser's Neon Castle, which means that Mario's name, Coney Island Disco Palace,
Like, he was just making fun of it.
was his silly name for it. But where did disco come from? The Mario Wiki kind of lined it out.
Well, I guess it's
but
'cause
we need more details.
Because it's neon, it made him think of disco, and when he thought about some big party place, he thought of Coney Island in Brooklyn. Or New York. Where is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
We're not actually from New York. Sorry.
Can you guess? Anyways, no, the disco part comes in later. But why is it a disco palace?
Because it's a castle.
Castles aren't palaces. That's different.
Well, look.
They're close enough. Okay. And then also there's just kind of like a Boo Diddley just circling the top of the castle. Like, why is it doing that? Is it
Make
its
it
job? I guess so. It's to add to the atmosphere. I don't know.
Clearly it's not doing a very good job at guard duty if they've snuck out and in multiple times.
Okay, so there's an entrance, and the entrance is Peach is scrolling through Tumblr. The entrance has 2 arrows pointed to it that's like, what? Sorry, breaking news. Bunny just flipped a worm up onto a higher ledge, and I don't know how that happened.
She's such a talented little bear.
Okay, so... Uh-oh, Bunny sounds like she's chewing again. No chewing! Bunny!
She's got the tape.
Peach, you gotta stop her.
Let me get up again.
Okay, well, she stopped.
She'll stop.
But will she continue?
I'll get up if
Yes.
she does it again.
Okay. So, there's an entrance with 2 arrows pointing to it, which is making me think it's the trap entrance. Like, oh yeah, you should totally go through these doors. I think that's the smart way. And instead they take a pipe. So either it was there to elude the Mario Brothers, or it's the entrance for really not obvious for the Koopalings and other enemies. It's like, alright, numbnuts, this is
Okay, all the rest of the doors are booby-trapped. This is the door that's not booby-trapped. And Mario's like, well, that's obviously the door that's booby-trapped, so we shouldn't go through that
we should go through this different pipe. So then they go in, and then Luigi asks, where's the light switch? Which, it's well lit already. Again, it's an element from the final Bowser level, which is that it's dark and you have to hit a block switch to have a light moving back and forth, which is where disco came from. It's a disco ball,
guess.
but it's a red question mark block. I don't know.
I mean, in terms of like being stealthy, then really they should just not have lights on to be stealthy. Mm-hmm. She's eating a twist tie.
Bunny! Well, she stopped, so that's good. My screech really did it for her. So then, I guess Mario already knows how the place works, so he's like, you have to bash that block switch. Right. You get it, Luigi, you're taller.
Luigi's like, okay, well, you hold Yoshi, I'll get the block. And then 2 seconds later, after he fails to get the block, he's like, okay, Mario, I need your help, put Yoshi down.
Oh, come on, Mario, why are you sitting there holding Yoshi? Give me a boost.
It's like, really?
He sounds a little whiny about it.
It's
so I love the Mario lineup. You stay, Yoshi. I don't know you,
well,
Yoshi.
Well, it's because Mario doesn't have the same relationship with Yoshi
as
he does with Mama Luigi.
He's a little more strict. And so then Mario boosts Luigi up with one leg. He only supports one of Luigi's legs to boost up. And what this means is that Luigi hits the pipe butt first, and then he crashes back onto Mario butt first as well. His booty is too powerful. So then they're both complaining and they're like, watch the landing, Luigi.
It was the liftoff that got me.
Uh-oh. Where's Yoshi? And then we fade into a song transition, which I feel like the fade out into the song worked better than the cutaway, where it was like, it was a cutaway, but it was also like a transitional, like, this is the song time, which made it feel non-diegetic, which was, it worked out. So then they have a spotlight following them as they go through Bowser's Castle, which is, again, something from the games. You have the spotlight following you as you jump through the level. And it's like, dang, Phil Harnage, you really... You took your notes. And that's why I feel like this was written, like, immediately after he saw gameplay, is because there's so much that is carried over from the games. It wasn't like, oh, what are those, fire flower things? Piranhas?
I guess, like,
they used to be a fire.
This one, and also, like, was it Send in the Clowns?
Yes.
That episode?
Martha Moran's. They may have been the first written episodes where there was like, we got it fresh in our brains, or we're gonna do it. So then... they're chasing after Yoshi, and they keep running, and they're like, sorry.
I'm just one step behind.
So there's this song happening, which, you know, I did not hate the song. Sometimes I do hate the song, and I feel like there wasn't too much happening on screen, except at the end, but we'll get to that. Where the song can kind of fill in the emotions and stuff. But it's like, they're getting spewed fireballs by a Koopa statue, and then Yoshi eats the fireballs and then sprays them back at the statue, which opens the way forward. I don't know how that works, but
I think when Yoshi eats fireballs in the game, he
does. But I guess they just took that and were like, what if it unlocked a way further? I don't know.
Sure.
So then Yoshi is going through the stomped, whoa, what a crazy car.
They're like these spiky pillar things.
They're the pillars that come crashing down. And Yoshi's just skipping over them, and then Luigi runs to, like, shove him out of the way.
And Luigi just eats it.
Luigi completely eats it, and there's a reverb fart sound effect as he is flattened like a pancake. It's incredible. Oof. So then Mario runs and picks him up, and while he's rolling him up, he's whistling like there's nothing suspicious going on.
Just picking up my dead brother. Ha ha ha.
And then they run after Yoshi, and they actually use a pea balloon that was in the area to unflatten him, which is not
reflate Luigi.
Yeah, which is not from the games, but this is something where I appreciate the creativity of like, yeah, you got squished, and then you need to get unsquished, so you use the pea balloon. Okay, that sounds good. And then Yoshi runs up to a grate, and it's that flipping grate square where you can flip the side of it. I did love Mario and Luigi's shock pose as they're like, oh my god, and then they scramble up the grates. But I do feel like, this is my minor critique, they could have hung on Yoshi opening the door and finding the Koopa football players a little longer, because their reaction to him seeing it comes like so fast. I didn't find it to be very like cohesive, so that the watcher could be like, oh no, Yoshi's running to Koopa
Yoshi's
football.
gonna be in trouble. It's like, well, obviously he's not gonna be in trouble, but you know.
I guess you're saying they cut around that part, like you know that Yoshi's not gonna be in trouble. So then, I don't know, Mario gets over there, and then he jumps on one Koopa football player, which makes it into 3?
Is that a thing that
That
happens?
is not how charging chucks work. The way
Okay.
charging chucks work is that you jump on their head and they shake it off. A jump is not enough to defeat them. But I don't know where the 3 came from.
I don't know.
But then Yoshi eats them, and then he spits them back out, which is also cohesive with the games. Yoshi cannot eat a charging chuck.
Oh.
It's like, this episode is really, like, it's taken what it learned from the games and using it in a new manner, which I find really interesting. So then the song ends as they finish chasing after Yoshi, and this, like, it's a very chef-y sound effect. So then we get this, like, suspense moment, which was very out of character for the show. Because the characters, where they are and what they're doing, it is strangely not spoken out loud. It is like, you have to watch it through and, like, really pay attention to stuff, which is weird to say about a 90s cartoon show, but it's true. So it's like, they go into the throne room. They do not find Yoshi, so they go into a side room. Meanwhile, Yoshi was actually under the throne, and he immediately starts eating crap. Sorry.
Guess he sees furniture and he goes, yeah, I'll eat
Delicious textiles.
delicious.
Organic cotton. Yum yum. So they go into a side room, where it turns out Koopa was. And I feel like Koopa was just kind of like sleeping, and then he heard them coming and was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get ready."
Oh,
and it's like, he didn't even make it to the throne room to be like, "There you are, Mario Brothers.
I've been expecting you." It was like, oh shoot, I didn't think they'd be back so quickly.
Well, good thing I have these Koopa robots, which I think they're supposed to be Mecha Koopa, but they don't add that extra syllable, so they sound like Koopa robots. But that comes a little later. And so they get chased back into the throne room, where Koopa follows, and he sees...
And we get some of the best animation in the episode, which is saying something, because this episode's actually really well animated. Like,
It's
I don't
pretty
even
good.
know if there's that many mistakes.
Or awkward stills.
Yeah.
It's true. And so then there's this little moment. It reminds me of Rock TV, where it's like some animator at the Pacific Rim Studios, where they outsourced this, was like, I'm gonna put my everything into these 2 seconds of Koopa. Where it's him, and then he holds his nail out, he holds his hands out like he's got acrylics on, and then he does this crazy awooga, and then he picks up his jaw from the floor like a quick snap, and he goes, my throne room! You'll pay for this, plumbers! Get them! And then there's Mecha Koopas going after him, and then Mario, like, really ups the danger. He's like, watch out, Luigi! These Mecha Koopa robots will eat you alive! And he does, like, a cutting motion with this hand, like a cutthroat motion.
And Luigi's like, but Mario, they just explode.
But
They don't eat
Mario,
ya."
we can literally jump on them, and then we can pick them up and throw them. Like, that's not a hazardous enemy like the other ones. But Luigi says, robots no eat Luigi. Yoshi eat robots. And so Yoshi eats 4 of them, but there were 5 Makoopa robots. I'm willing to assume that one of them got lost in the other room, because it had to walk a real distance.
He started walking along onto the wall.
He got
like
stuck, or he got stuck
walking
on
in
a
place.
pillar. Yeah.
He fell over and his legs are just moving.
That's good, that's good. So then Yoshi eats the 4 Koopa robots, and Koopa exclaims that Dino Twerp is eating me out of house, and the vocal,
everybody's just giving it their all.
I guess the flame, there's a different word for it, but when he says home, he really has a arch to the sound effect. The sound effect, the voice. So then Mario is kind of like, I guess he decides that the battle is done, and he's like, you didn't tell me you were bringing a secret weapon, Luigi.
That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario. I don't know. It's hard to do the wheeze.
It's so
I
hard.
was just so good at it.
It's also great. He says the iconic line, and the lack of music in the background makes it a wonderful audio clip to use and re-edit into other things, because there's no conflicting sounds next to it. It's one of those rare Mario World voice lines where there's no sound effects, there's no music, there's no anything. It's just the voice line.
Yes, that's
and
very
it is
great.
much appreciated.
So Mario's done a full 180 on Yoshi. He's like, oh, this little guy's actually really helpful when he's not eating me.
And Mario's no longer feeling in danger, and he's like, all right, Koopa, you gotta tell us where the princess is, or Yoshi here is gonna eat your place piece by piece until we find her. So then Koopa says, well, I can always build a castle, but you can't build another princess without this key that I'm holding in my very loose palm. You'll never get her. And then Yoshi eats the key. Like, what'd you expect, man?
It's like, wow, that was like immediate.
So then Koopa leaves, and he has a little one-liner before he does that Dino Twerp is going on a crash diet. And then there's 2 big steps.
He makes it look like he's about to like run off, but then he just like casually takes 2 steps and jumps into a pipe. And it's like, oh, okay.
He realized he didn't have it in him. He was like, wait, okay, the exit is not as far as I thought it was. Step, and then he makes like a big Olympic jump.
You know what they say? He who coops and runs away lives to coop another day.
That is what they say. So then Luigi and Mario talk to Yoshi, and they're like, "Oh, good job, but you didn't eat that key that is capturing the princess, right?"
Oh, key no tastes good. And it's like, Yoshi, you literally just ate an entire metal throne. Like, why?
Listen, Yoshi, we can't trust what is or is not good. Maybe it's the metal, because the Koopa football players have their helmets.
Maybe he just ate the key to clean out his teeth.
Floss.
Well, does Yoshi have teeth?
I don't think so.
He really just swallows everything. So.
He does. He has a great tongue that he uses to, like, it's like a, frog
like
tongue.
Esophageal pressure, like the snake.
Or I was thinking the tongue.
Like they got the muscles to move it down their body.
Okay. Either way, Yoshi spits out the key, and then it goes right into the keyhole.
And then we get the finale narration.
Well, and then we get the keyhole, like, getting bigger, and it uses the sound from the game, and I'm like, they're really on their ball here. Like, the guy who played the game for them didn't just, like, go through levels, like, basic. He was like, oh, and here's what happens when you have the hidden exit. And they were like, whoa, this is cool. Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So then we get the ending narration, which, again, feels very empty. This domed city is
with no people
in it. Apparently Peach is back, and it's fine, and it was all thanks to Yoshi.
And we save the day, and Yoshi's the hero.
Peach gives Yoshi a little hug, like she's hugging a little stuffed animal.
Very cute.
And it's like, that's pretty cute. But then, of course, Yoshi's already fallen to sleep. He probably fell asleep ages ago in the story. Luigi just had to finish that story. So then Luigi says, good night, Yoshi.
Why?
What is that about?
Maybe he's just doing like little baby talk, or I don't know.
I don't understand.
I suppose if you want to think about it from a modern perspective, he could be doing like the Italianese they do in the Mario and Luigi games, but like
that is not what they were going for.
That's not what they were going for,
and you know it.
I don't know. I like the way they did it in the reanimated, where he gives him this little weird kiss.
Well, it's like making little raspberries.
Little raspberry
is what it sounds like.
It's cute.
And then Yoshi in his maybe sleep says, night, Mama Luigi, and he has a little giggle. And then Luigi does a little shrug like, well, you can't change those little familial nicknames that your kids give you. You
It's
know,
so sweet. It's such a good ending.
it was such
a good episode.
It was such a good episode. So, as usual, we must do our most valuable paisano. Which, what do you think it's gonna be in the episode of Mama Luigi?
Mama Luigi?
Our grand winner is Luigi.
I mean, technically, Yoshi does kick butt in this episode.
He kicks butt, but the
gotta
one
love
we
Mama
enjoyed the
Luigi.
most was Mama Luigi and all those glorious voice lines. But also, I feel like Mario is also really great for his, like, really gruff voice
Mario's
lines.
just got such a funny attitude in this episode.
I'm like, come on, Luigi, we have to quit
Quit
playing
playing with this tiny
quit
dinosaur.
playing
We
house.
got work to do.
Quit playing house and let's get out of here. It's like, hey, just leave him, Mario. It's really good.
Oh, I love it.
So, do you agree, Luigi?
Yes, of
for
course,
most valuable?
Luigi.
Okay, so we have to clarify. Peach, where can people find you?
You can find me at peachsupremeart.tumblr.com, where I will hopefully be posting soon.
So, Peach, ever since podcast has made its hiatus, Peach has been on a really great art string.
Oh, thank you.
Her digital art has been getting really good, but unfortunately, due to sporadic moving conditions, she had to pack it all up and take a little break. But it should return. I would hope it would return.
I'm just trying to get
and that'll
back
be good.
in my mojo.
And you can find me at spicypasteles.tumblr.com.
Ooh.
Outro was composed by Taylor Lair. You can find more of her music at tlair.bandcamp.com. That is T, the letters T, Laire.bandcamp.com. Do you have any final words for us?
Do you have any final words, Bunny?
Bunny has been very quiet.
You gonna do a meow meow?
This
Does
episode.
Bunny the cat go meow? She gave a little tiny meow.
She gave a little. Hopefully that captured. And also, I'm really sorry if the traffic nearby is a problem because Peach now lives near a road. So you might be hearing traffic this entire time.
Oh, well, it'll be a callback to back when you were in college and lived next to the train.
Oh, the train was so fun where it would be like every 30 minutes, I'm like, uh-oh, here it comes. And then in the distance, you'd hear, ooh. It was pretty good. Oh yeah, I also graduated college. That was another thing that happened. And I work a full-time job now.
You graduated college, I finally got a new job.
She got a better job.
Thank God.
Screw the pharmacy that she used to work at.
Okay.
I guess that's it.
Yep, that's about it.
Paisani, paisanis.
That dino twerp is eating me out of house and home.
You didn't tell me you were bringing a secret weapon, Luigi.
That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario.